All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahak, Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I want to touch on this article that's on your screen right now. All right, it's the New York Post, and we read, Trump orders review to identify, punish, and deport anti-Semites, including students on visas. Now, we're going to read a little bit more into this article, but before we do that, I just want to say that this right here is not about really a protest. You know, you had protests on college campuses, and these people had anti-Israel views. So now they making it seem as though Trump has to come in and stop hate speech and so forth and so on. No, this is really being something set up so it can go against this truth. This is just justification being set up to persecute us, man. All right. First thing I thought of when I came across this article was the famine of the word. Because this truth exposes Esau, so he wants to get rid of it. And also, us waking up, this is a part of prophecy. Is it not said that in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves? That's us. You see us waking up. You know, to the four corners. You see GMS has camps around the earth. And that's including us affiliates that we're not part of GMS, but we're part of GMS in the spirit. I'll say it like that. All right. Those of like mind and like doctrine, and that's really in this thing in truth and in sincerity. All right, GMS has camps to the four corners of the earth, and that's very problematic because it's also said in Matthews 24 and 14, I believe, that when this gospel was preached to the four corners of the earth, the end shall come. So this truth is very problematic. It is a direct threat to his New World Order agenda. And his New World Order agenda, in a nutshell, he wants to set himself up as God. All right. And how he's going to go about that is chipping the population. That's the mark of the beast, is the microchip. Over here in America, they call it the RFID, radio frequency identification device. Across seas, like in Sweden and Spain, they call it the NFC, near field communication. And you also got a brain chip called the Neuralink. Nonetheless, all of it's a microchip, which is the mark of the beast. He wants to chip the population and kill billions of people. All right. And he's preparing also right now to try to fight the Lord. All right. But this is his New World Order agenda, and this truth exposes that. All right. And he knows us preaching this truth is prophecy. And once the elect are sealed, the end will come. You see? So this truth is a direct threat to him. And this is why you see him about to turn up. It says what? I believe Revelations 20 or 12. We're going to get a few of them. I have a couple of them queued up. He come down with great wrath because he knoweth he had but a short time. See, Esau knows he has a short time. His kingdom is not going to be here forever. This is not an everlasting kingdom. The kingdom to come is going to be an everlasting kingdom. So us preaching the truth is the fulfillment of prophecy. So he wants to get rid of it. And the scriptures speak about the famine of the word. All right. So, hey, the famine of the word is going to come to pass, man. And that's us, the prophets, being taken off for the internet, being taken off for the highways and hedges, man, highways and byways. And if you don't got the truth, you just don't got the truth. All right. So let's read a little bit of this article and let's get some precepts. Washington, President Trump signed an executive order Wednesday instructing federal agencies to identify all civil and criminal authorities available to combat anti-Semitism, including finding ways to deport anti-J activists who violate laws. The order, first reported by the Post, requires agencies and department leaders to provide the White House with recommendations within 60 days and outlines plans for the Justice Department to investigate pro-Hamas graffiti and intimidation, including on college campuses. J students have faced an unrelenting barrage of discrimination, denial of access to campus, common areas and facilities, including libraries and classrooms, and intimidation, harassment, and physical threats and assault, the order says. Now, while that may seem like what it is, it's this whole thing is really being set up to come against this truth. All right. Now, we know how Donald Trump really feels about anti-Semitism. Before he became president this second go round, there's videos of him saying that hate crimes, because it was an attack on them small hats, and he said we need to bring back the death penalty for hate crimes. And then in another video, he says what? If you deny the H cost, then you're an accomplice to those hate crimes that he just called for the death penalty on. You see that? You reading between the lines there on what he wants to happen if he labels you an anti-Semite? And he's pulling that definition from this right here. From this website right here. Hope it loads, All right, here we go. It's a working definition. And I believe that means like an ongoing definition. They can just keep adding to it. And we're going to go through some of them in a second. And you're going to realize that through all the definitions, you just can't say nothing about them or you'll be considered an anti-Semite. You see that? And if they make it punishable by death being an anti-S, then you see how that's going to, you see how that's going to work? They label us anti-S's, Hebrew Israelites, or black Hebrew Israelites is what they'll call us. They label us anti-Semites. And they have us on a T watch list. You see? All right, now let's get some precepts. Oh no, I don't want to get that. Salak, I had a few things I was looking up. All right. Let's get Baruch first. Lock you for that. All right here we have Baruch 2:30, and we read, "For I know that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people," talking about us. It says, "But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." And that's what we're doing right now. We are remembering ourselves. We're realizing, we're not black. We're not Native Americans. We're not African Americans. Africa, Leo Scipius Africanus, I believe he was a Roman general. And then Amerigo Vespucci, I don't know exactly his position, but these are two Edomites. We're not two Edomites. How could we be African American? These are names of two Edomites, man. We're not Hispanic. We're not Indians, which means savage. So forth and so on. We're coming back to our identities, man. So all over the four corners of the earth, Israel was spread. And guess what? We're waking up. We're remembering ourselves, right? And that's very problematic to Esau, because it says right here in Matthew 24:14, what? "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." You see? So when this gospel gets spread to the four corners of the earth, the end shall come. And Esau knows that. This is why he got to combat the truth, man. And how are we getting this truth to the four corners of the earth? By way of the unicorn, which is the internet. You see? That's why we see Esau turning up. This is Revelations 12:12, and we read, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil," which is the so-called white man, all right? It's not a man, with red horns, and he's all red, three-piece suit with a pitchfork and a tail. It's just talking about a man on the earth right now. And this is the Edomites. It says, "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath." Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He know he got but a short time. His kingdom is not going to be an everlasting kingdom. You see? And the NWO, the New World Order, his enterprise, this is the thing, this is the plan that he created to try to have his kingdom last forever. All right? This is his plan so he's not destroyed. Because guess what? He knows the prophecies. He knows that the Lord is going to come back and set up his government. He knows that the Lord is going to put all these nations in captivity for what they've done to us. Right? And after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, we're going to round them Edomites up. All the other nations get to go into their land. Oh, but Edomites, oh, now you got to, come on, you got to stay right here. We're going to round them up and we're going to eradicate them off of the planet Earth. They're going to be exterminated. They're going to be extinct. And he knows this. So he created the NWO to combat that. You see? You see that? All right. So, hey, the famine of the word. And you have Trump getting back on the definition that he used, the anti-S. Now, he pulled that from right here because Trump, he calls himself the best friend of Israel. This is what he calls himself. And like I just stated previously, he also is calling for death penalty for hate crimes, but then lumps in those who did the hate crimes with those who say that the Holocaust didn't exist. He's lumping them in and calling for what? The death penalty. So you get what? Death penalty for anti-Semitism. You see that? And this truth would be that. As a matter of fact, let me get this reminds me of 2 Maccabees 6:6. Right, and we read, neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You see that? Don't be surprised when that comes back. When you saying that you are an Israelite, no, that you're not me. I'm the real Israelite. You're an Edomite. And the Lord's going to come back. He's going to destroy you for all you've done. This truth is labeled as anti-Semitism. You see? And hey, there's nothing new under the sun. So don't be surprised when you can't say that you're an Israelite. Where they coming through to persecute us, the elect, man. Those who believe in the Lord, they're going to come in like a flood and try to get us, man. All right, so let's go through the definition, man, before I become too long-winded. This is the definition of anti-S. It says contemporary examples of anti-Semitism. I'll just say it. In public life, the media, schools, the workplace, and in religious spheres could take into account the overall context including, but are not limited to. So I like when it says religious sphere. So if your religion says that anything negative about them, your religion is anti-S. So, and they put that there to combat this truth, man. Come on. It says calling for, aiding, or justifying the killing or harming of Jays in the name of a radical ideology or an extremist view of religion. You see? Now, we're not doing that, but these small hats will do a false flag attack and try to make us out to be like we're violent, right? And try to make the whole Hebrew Israelite, you know, how they'll say the whole black Hebrew Israelite thing, a violent militant thing, which will justify them coming in and persecuting us, man. You see, it says making mendacious, that means evil, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jays as such, or the power of Jays as collective, such as especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jay conspiracy or of Jays controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions, which they fucking do. Excuse my Swedish. But if you say that, you're anti-yes. You see? If you tell them of anything that they're doing, criticize them, say anything about them, you will be considered an anti-S. And the president that's in the White House right now wants the death penalty brought back for anti-S crimes and lumps people in that denies the Holocaust and with the people who doing the hate crimes. So, hey, Death penalty for anti-S. You see that? Let's read about two more and then I'm gonna close it down. Accusing Jays as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single J person or group, or even the acts of committed by non-Jays, denying the fact, scope, mechanisms, e.g. gas chambers, or intentionally, it's like, intentionality of the genocide of the J people at the hands of the National Socialist Germany and its supporters and accomplices during World War II, the Holocaust. So if you deny the scope, mechanisms like the gas chamber, or you just say, well, how many people was there? You say 6 million. Well, it says there wasn't even 6 million in Germany. If you say that or point that out, or you just say, I don't think it happened, that's anti-S. You see? And guess what? Donald Trump said that you should be lumped in with those of hate crimes and called the death penalty for it. You see that? So when you come across things like this, Trump orders review to identify, punish, and deport anti-Semites, including students on visas. You might think on surface, he's just talking about these students who came over from other countries that have an anti-Israel type of view, like he's going to do something about that. But really it's just justification being set up to persecute the truth. All right. Hope it was edifying. Hope you could take something from it. With that, I'm going to say shalom.